Thank you guys all for coming. This is the Sekai Creator Winter Quarter Graduation. My name is Steve Sakanashi, and I run the Sekai Creator program. For those of you who don't know, Sekai Creator is a name of entrepreneurship program that we run for Japanese students. The word Sekai means world in Japanese, so it's the nuance of world creator. And we really want to influence students so that they'll be inspired and equipped to go out and create the new world that they desire. We're a program or ministry of a nonprofit called the Megumi Initiative. And the Megumi Initiative, for those who don't know, it's a Christian organization that exists to bless Japanese communities. And we are focused on various aspects of culture, and business is one of those. So Sekai Creator is what we, basically what birthed out of our desire to love the Japanese business community with the love that we had received as Christians. So that's just kind of the background. I want you guys to know what we're going to do tonight. We're going to have two presentations. The first one's about to get started. The second one will be a little bit later in the night. This is week 9 of our 9-week program. The last 8 weeks, our students have been getting together on Wednesday evenings, so it's above and beyond their normal class curriculum. We've been bringing in guest entrepreneurs each week to share and teach on a particular topic related to entrepreneurship. And throughout the whole 8 weeks, we've been having the students work in teams to develop their own product or service and really give it a go at launching something. So tonight you're going to hear the fruit of their last 8 weeks of labor. We ask you guys to listen, to think, to interact, give some feedback. We'll hear from our guest panelists in a little bit as well. But that being said, I'm going to introduce our first group, where I'm just going to hand it over to them and let them introduce themselves. So why don't you guys go?
Okay, so let me get started. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for coming to the graduate celebration today. First of all, I want to give a big thank you to everyone who served our class as guest speakers. It was so helpful of them to share their knowledge with us. I especially want to thank Steve and all the students who supported us. It's thanks to them that we have been given such a great opportunity and are able to present our business idea today. So, without further ado, I'd like to turn your attention to our presentation. Today, we'd like to present to you our business idea that we have been working on throughout this quarter. Please let me introduce our team members. Our team members are Ryo is there, and Akito here, and myself, Yuuki. We named our project Umammy. So please say it all together again. 1, 2, 3. Umammy. Thank you. So the word umami is derived from umami, which means savory taste in Japanese, and mami, because the taste reminds us of our mom's cooking. I am Japanese, and I believe that Japanese delicious foods, which are enjoyed by many Japanese in Japan, will be a great hit in America. Whereas some Japanese dishes such as sushi and ramen already became popular in the United States, there are still many traditional Japanese food didn't become popular in Seattle yet. So here is what we must do. Our mission is letting foreign people try and know about our authentic Japanese dishes. Since I used to work at Japanese-style hot dog stand in downtown Seattle, I know what Americans like and what they don't like. So, in my home country of Japan, one of the most popular dishes is called okonomiyaki. Okonomiyaki, which is derived from the word okonomi derived from my favorite, and the yaki derived from grill. And this is a Japanese savory pancake containing a variety of ingredients such as green onion, cabbage, and etc. So please turn your attention there. He is making our own okonomiyaki, and he's making our own okonomiyaki, and we plan on sharing with all of you at the end of this presentation. We hope that after having a taste, you can see how our okonomiyaki, how great our okonomiyaki is for yourselves. As I said, our mission is letting foreign people know and try authentic Japanese food. So, we want to introduce great Japanese traditional dishes to as many people as possible in Seattle. And we want to collect the data that represents how American likes our dishes, Japanese traditional dishes, by conducting a survey. This is how our business would be like, and we would like to cooperate with some Japanese restaurants to expand their business to the United States in the future. So here is how we need your help. All what we want you to do is being a host person and having parties with families, friends, and others. So that then we will take care of food part in the party. And after that, I want you to give us feedback of foods collected from participants of those parties. So next, Akito will talk about survey.
So this is our the survey which we made. We have 4 questions with rating the scale of 1 to 5, and in this survey we can find out how much Americans like the okonomiyaki and why do they like okonomiyaki. And let me explain the details. Regarding appearance, if they really like it or love it, they will give it 5. If they like it, they will give it 4. If they are neutral, they will give it 3. If they dislike it, they will give it 2. If they hate it, they will give it 1. And next is regarding price. This okonomiyaki is $7. And if they think the $7 is too expensive, they will give it 1. If they think the $7 is a little bit expensive, they will give it 2. If they think the $7 is appropriate price, they will give it 3. And they think the $7 is cheaper than they expected, they will give it 4. If they think the $7 is really great price, they will give it 5. And taste and smell as the same as the appearance. And we have 2 more questions. The one is, do you like it and why or why not? And another one is, what would make it better? By asking these questions, we can learn how to adjust the okonomiyaki to American taste. as I said, we will conduct the survey. But not only will we conduct the survey, not only will we conduct the survey, but also we will take the video, their reflection to the food. So let me show the video, which we made yesterday in the party.
Sorry, the voice is too, it's too little, so it's very low, so I'm sorry about the voice, about volume amount.
So, okonomiyaki seems to be ready. So please come to here. Please feel free to have it during the presentation.
Yuki, why don't you have someone just
we
pass
will,
out
yeah, we will
the
bring
little
some
clips.
to the studio. And he will talk about it.
I will just talk about the little instructions about the Greek topping. So for the topping, we choose meat as pork. So and that little fluffy topping on the top that like colored like a skin color. It's called katsuobushi in Japanese, and in English name it's bonito flake or dried bonitos. And that green one is seaweed flake, which is it's called aonori. It kind of sticks in the teeth, so be careful about it. So if you don't want those three or just don't want part of these, please tell us, or we can tell the kitchen and ask for the request. Okay, I'll just conclude this presentation. As we mentioned before, how we need your help is to being as a host person and to help the party and give us some feedbacks from that survey that we posted on before, so that we can understand the reactions or feelings that how American people feel about Japanese particular food. In addition, as well, we're gonna pass around some little information formal sheet. So if you are interested in having us to a party, if you are going to hold it, please fill out your name and your email address and the request of food that you want to serve for the people. So for contact, so we can take the food part and serve it to you and other friends and families. Thank you for listening to this presentation. And
Okay, so why don't we give the judges a bite first, so they can kind of munch on this, or not the judges, the panelists. Sorry. One thing I want to make sure you guys clarify, and this is really important, is what they were talking about being a host person. I'll just make sure everyone understands. So what they're saying is that for free, right?
yeah.
For free, they want to come and provide the food for your get-together, because their mission is to introduce Seattle people to this Japanese taste. So what they're asking from you guys is to be a host with location and bring in American friends and giving them an opportunity to let you guys taste. You'll take care of the food for your event, just give them some feedback. So that's what they're asking for. If you guys are interested, the way to sign up is... The way to sign up is there's these little flyers going around. So just fill out your contact info, and they will follow up with you to coordinate one of these parties. Okay. So as the little samples get passed out, what I want to do is I want to let you guys know we're going to have this dynamic where we're going to have some feedback from our guest panelists. So these guys are all connected to startup in a different way. And what I've asked them to do is come in. They've never met these guys. They've never heard these presentations. So I wanted to serve our students by giving a fresh piece of feedback from their expertise. Tonight we have a good friend of mine and ex-roommate, Kyle Doherty. And Kyle works for a startup that's doing really well called Tableau. And he does sales for them. So Kyle's going to be able to bring some experience working in a startup, and especially on the end of going out and selling that product and expanding it. And then we have Rene Garzona. And Rene is actually, he himself is in the midst of starting up his own creative agency right now. So Rene brings a lot of experience from marketing, creative, radio and TV, that kind of background. So we'll be able to have some of his fresh thoughts being in the mix of it right now, but also with that eye of the marketing aspect. And then our last panelist is Nathan Vorwerk. And Nathan is the founder and owner of a company called Payment Gear. And you guys do just tons of credit card processing. So Nathan's going to give us perspective from kind of the typical traditional founder, owner, even investor now, and just some of his thoughts as well. So you guys
I'd
ready
love to ask. First of all, it was really good.
Thank you.
Yeah, and Seattle's a great testing ground for this market because I travel a little bit, and when you go other places, there is not really good sushi, not good pho, so great area. I guess my question is like, where's the business model? How are you gonna make money? Is it, and I'll help you a little, I'll give maybe the three kind of like where I think you're kind of going. Is it market research that you're establishing, there is a marketplace for this food type that you take back to distributors in Japan or distributors locally? Or is it you're trying to start a restaurant chain based on a food type? Or thirdly, is it you're trying to promote a food type maybe as the distributor to restaurants here? Does that make sense?
Yeah, well, we're not planning to hold a restaurant here, but we want to support some particular Japanese restaurants that use Japanese traditional food to come to America so that they can get like a succeed. So does that make sense?
So how do you make money?
Basically, they don't know how well they can sell their product. So if we collect the data, we can sell them. I mean, the Japanese company who want to expand to the US.
Who do you sell the data to?
Sorry.
Who do you sell? Who buys the data? Like I agree, it's interesting.
Yeah.
Who buys the data? Who's the data meaningful to?
Who the data meaningful to?
I guess who would your customers be then?
Well, every Japanese
Yes.
traditional restaurants, like using Japanese traditional food, so any kind of restaurant.
Have you researched as far as if those Japanese restaurants, if there are any around, if they already have those type of foods, or are you just being a consultant to
like
them?
okonomiyaki?
Yes.
Well, I haven't seen here in Seattle, so I thought it's going to be we thought it's going to be like a good example to like share because some people around me don't know what is okonomiyaki except like people who are like really interested in Japan or interesting like trying Japanese food like.
So if I'm the restaurant,
Yeah.
you are going to bring me that data,
Yeah.
and I pay you for that data, or
Yeah, actually,
you're my consultant? Is that what that would be?
that's our plan for the future. But
Okay.
right now we haven't got like a trust right now, so it's gonna be like non-profit program. But
Okay.
yeah,
Yuuki, why don't you speak to some of this?
Yeah. So actually, this is the way that we will cooperate with some Japanese restaurants. So this is like first part of doing marketing research in Seattle. And after that, hopefully, we will support some Japanese restaurants to come to Seattle because they have no idea if their food is going to be hit in America. So, yes, going to be hit in America. So our main purpose is supporting some Japanese restaurants by conducting a survey, conducting marketing research in Seattle, with providing some Japanese authentic foods that we will make.
So are you saying that there's established like franchisees in
Right.
Japan that you
Yes.
want to come over here?
Yes, right, exactly. Thank you.
Okay.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yes.
So
Thank you.
are there franchises that sell specifically maybe a limited number of items that are within that price range? Is it kind of like a fast food type industry, or is it actually a sit down restaurant setting as it's set up in Japan?
In Japan, actually, it's not like fast food industry, but I think, in my opinion, okonomiyaki could be like fast food industry in the United States.
Yeah.
So that we priced okonomiyaki to like $7.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if it could be on like the stand, like the style of the stand, like hot dog stand or something like that, and we hopefully will sell it in the United States. As I mentioned, I used to work at Japanese style hot dog stand in Seattle, and I know what Americans like and what they don't like. And actually, we have like one hot dog that has a topping of okonomiyaki, and American people really liked it. So that I'm sure that okonomiyaki will be popular in the United States too.
Are there okonomiyaki, say it right? Okonomiyaki.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I said it right?
Yeah, right.
Okay. Are there established large franchise stores for that food type in Japan? Already?
In Japan, yeah, it is popular, and they are. What do you think? Are there many franchise stores in Japan? I'm not sure. It depends on area, especially the west part of Japan. In west
side, it's kind of big franchise, but not in the east side, like Tokyo or the other regions. So
there are.
Yeah.
yeah, they are.
Thank you.
So from I think from like a product positioning standpoint. So it sounds like what you guys are selling is like consulting, almost a consulting service, and then
Yes.
Yeah.
your data research to restaurants in
Right.
Japan.
Yes,
Yes.
exactly.
Yeah.
Have you done any research into, I guess, the cost of, just because I know some personal background in the restaurant industry, there tend to be really slim margins. In other words, there's not a whole lot of margin in what
Right.
they sell. And I'm just curious if you guys have looked into what it would cost a business to come from Japan and start here in another city, would be a question I would have. And then another question would be scalability of the market, which would be once, right, the city of Seattle can hold so many
Okonomiyaki.
Sorry.
Right. It's okay. Right. I know it's
Might
fine.
have
It's
changed
fine.
the name. I don't know. Right, and so once Seattle would be saturated, I guess, have you looked at, are there markets elsewhere that you could scale out to? I guess those would be two of my questions. So I don't know, so have you talked to any restaurants of what, if there's a need for that? I mean, are they looking to come over here at all?
What do you think of that?
So you mean that the Japanese restaurants are hoping that okonomiyaki is going to come, or?
I guess I'm asking, so would your customers be Japanese restaurants that are in Japan, or just Japanese restaurants that are here in the city, in Seattle already?
Oh,
Does that make sense?
yeah, it makes
Yeah.
sense.
We're thinking about to bring Japanese restaurants in Japan to here
Okay.
to expand their market. So we just we're just helping them to fully support. Yeah.
Okay.
But I believe some Japanese restaurants in Seattle. I mean, some Japanese restaurants which is already in Seattle, think that okonomiyaki will be popular too. So that I think, in my opinion, we can support those Japanese restaurants in Seattle. Try to open like okonomiyaki market in Seattle.
Because I actually could see there being a pitch for existing Japanese restaurants that are here. Because I mean, so I was at Mod Pizza the other day.
Yeah.
And it's a very similar concept, right? Where you take something that it's pizza, but you can order in a personal size. And
Yes,
when I was
right.
eating that, I mean, that's kind of what it is, kind of the savory.
Yeah.
It's it's really delicious, and it's a dish that, like you were saying in Seattle, it's a larger market where people like to try new stuff, and you can kind of present this experience of, you know, a taste of Japan that most people don't get, but it's at a price point that's really approachable for people. Yeah, I don't know, those are just my thoughts. I'm curious, if you guys, how'd you come up with the $7?
$7. Actually, in Japan, most of okonomiyaki are sold for almost $5 or $9, or even more than $10.
Yes, it depends on the restaurant. Some restaurants sell about $10 or $11, or some restaurant is also $15. So it depends on how what the okonomiyaki is content. Yeah.
Contains. But we assume that the cost of making okonomiyaki is not that expensive, because all we needed to prepare is flour and eggs and
Cabbage.
some vegetables. So it's not that, I mean, the cost of okonomiyaki is not that expensive, so that we can sell. So that's why we priced okonomiyaki for $7 in Seattle. And we hope okonomiyaki could be like, as you said, could be like in fast food industries in Seattle.
So
Thank you.
Just some feedback on the average ticket stuff for restaurant types. So the three, because this is what my company deals with, is transactions, right? So I know data for restaurants, and there's really three groups. There's fast food, there's what's called QSR, quick service restaurants, and then there's fine dining, or sit down, really. There's something in the middle between what you're describing is something between the middle of fast food and quick service.
Yes, right.
Like you walk to the counter, you get it, you sit down, that's quick service.
Quick service.
And the average ticket for fast food, which is all pre-made, by the way, is none of it's from scratch, like you're describing, is around $3 to $5. And then the average ticket for the next one up is $10 to $12, and then it's $20 to $25. So just maybe that's something to think about, kind of those increments.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
What about it?
Would you be open to, let's say your Japanese restaurants that you go to in Seattle, and they want to go their own route, they don't want services, just worst case scenario, would you be open as a cook to build that franchise within yourselves and send food trucks or send whatever it is that you need to, because that is the street food, that would be successful? Would that be something that you would consider and then start researching instead of?
Yes. Yeah. Thank you. I think it would be great for us to, if we can, sell by ourselves too.
Yeah.
But,
Can I ask what the difference was between being a research company that wants to help out the Japanese restaurant versus you going after it 100%? Why? Why the research and not the restaurant?
See, I thought in order to deal with some food in the United States, we needed to get some licenses to deal with some foods, or some licenses to import. Actually, when it comes to okonomiyaki, we don't need to import ingredients, but when it comes to other food, we might need to import some food. So we needed to have license, right? So that's the reason why we decided not to build our restaurant by ourselves, but we'd like to support some Japanese restaurants in the United States.
Yeah, the other thing I was thinking, if you did choose to go more on the, I guess the consulting route, where it will be tough, I think, to sell just research, just because when you're selling into a market space that where the margins are so small, it's harder for them to write big checks for things like consulting because they don't have deep pockets. So a lot of it is money comes in, money goes right back out. So if you did want to do on the more consulting side, I could see maybe helping start franchises and maybe bringing your expertise and bringing in some marketing or bringing in some expertise for maybe sit-down restaurants right now, like Japanese restaurants that are looking to get into what he's talking about, either quick service or fast food, because there might be a little bit more revenue in that for you guys. Just a thought.
Thank you.
Thank you.
One other thing that pops in my mind right now is with consulting. When you said it was a nonprofit, was that, or did I
Non-profit?
This is for profit, right?
Yeah, it's for profit. It's
Oh,
not.
okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
we had.
I thought I heard nonprofit.
Sorry about that.
Do a nonprofit, I would ask the Japanese travel tourism, I don't know, organization, whatever, and then where you're selling the culture to the American Japanese community, and that's where they can fund you and help you to be able to do that. It's just another way of getting around, but it makes some good points.
Thank you.
Well, let me wrap this up. I really appreciate your guys' feedback. I, for one, honestly, this is one of my favorite foods. My wife makes it for me all the time, so I'm good. But I know for $7, I would throw down on this for lunch, no doubt. I can rotate between Mod Pizza, Chipotle, and Umammy. Would anyone else be interested in grabbing that for lunch, like on a given day? Anyone? Yeah. Okay, so I would say, like, honestly, if I had the time, I would start this restaurant because this is one of the foods I'm most proud of with Japan, and most American people have never heard of it. And it's really a matter of how can we sell it to our friends, essentially, and say, like, this is one of the best foods you've never heard of or experienced. And that's why you guys should do it. Like soon and fast.
Yeah.
You know?
Figure out before somebody else
Yeah.
puts it up.
So first step, what they're saying is they want to get the validation, basically, that Americans like it, and that's why they're saying we'll throw a free party, or we'll provide the food, you provide the Americans, and let's go from there. Basically, the
Whiter the better.
The whiter the better. The whiter the better. Okay, so let's give it up for this group, Umammy. Great.